Here in the I button and in description box below, you will get complete playlist of Fourier transform. Welcome to video number 29, and in this video we are going to solve fourth and very important problem on the topic, that is application of Fourier transform. So before I start this video, I would request you to subscribe to my channel, and if you learn something from my videos, then please hit the like button and do share the playlist of Fourier transform with your friends. If you are doing this, then you are helping me, okay? You are supporting me. So let us start solving this fourth and very important problem. The problem says using finite Fourier transform, okay, using finite Fourier transform, solve del u upon del t equals to del square u upon del x square, given u is a function of x and t. Okay, u is a function of x and t. So we can say at x equal to 0, u equal to 0, and at x equal to 4, u equals to 0. Okay, u is a function of x and t, and here the value of x is 0. So at x equal to 0, we can say u is 0, and at x equals to 4, u equals to 0 again. Okay, and u at t equal to 0. Okay, u at t equal to 0 is 2x. Okay, where the range of x is from 0 to 4. Okay, x range is 0 to 4 and t is greater than 0. Okay, so this is our, okay, this is my equation, and I need to find the finite Fourier transform for this equation. Okay, now if you see, the given equation is del u upon del t equals to del square u upon del x square. Okay, and since these two parts are given, okay, these two parts are given, that is u equal to 0 at x equal to 0 and u equals to 0 and at x equals to 4. Since both are given, so we are going to apply finite Fourier sine transform. Okay, since these two parts are given, so we are going to apply finite Fourier sine transform, because these all things we have discussed in video number 25. Okay, if you go to the playlist I button here, in the playlist you will see in video number 25 all I have already discussed all the points. Okay, where to use which formula. Okay, so because since these two parts are given, so we have to apply finite Fourier sine transform to solve this equation. Okay, because these two, okay, u is given at x equal to 0 and x equals to some constant. Okay, at u equals to some constant again, sorry, at x equal to some constant, u is again given, that is 0. Okay, so simply apply finite Fourier sine transform on both the sides on this equation. So you will get this, that is finite Fourier sine transform of del u upon del t equals to finite Fourier sine transform of del square u upon del x square. You need to remember the formula for this, that is finite Fourier sine transform for del square u upon del x square is minus n square pi square upon c square. Yes, this is finite Fourier sine transform of u plus n pi upon c. Okay, what is c? That is the upper limit of x, that is 4. Okay, yes, this is c. So c is the upper limit of x, that is 4. So n pi upon c, within this square bracket we have u at x equal to 0 minus 1 power n u c comma t. Okay, so simply put this in place of this. So we can write this as d upon dt of fs of u. Okay, d upon dt of finite Fourier sine transform of u equals to this part, that is minus n square pi square upon what is c, that is 4. Okay, that is 4 square into fs of u plus n pi upon what is c, that is 4. Okay, within this bracket we need to write u 0 comma t minus 1 power n u what is c, that is 4. So u 4 comma t. Okay, and here in the problem, this u at x equal to 0 is 0, u is 0 again at x equals to 4. So both the values are 0. Okay, here u is 0 at x equal to 0, u is again 0 at x equals to 4. So we know both values. Okay, so we can write this as u bar of s. Okay, this can be written as u bar s, and u bar s is a function of n and t. Okay, here remember what is this, is finite Fourier sine transform. Okay, this is finite Fourier sine transform. So this is a u bar of s. We can say u bar of s is a function of n and t. Okay, not s and t. Here u bar of s, okay, is a function of n and t. Okay, because this is finite Fourier sine transform. Had this been infinite Fourier sine transform, then this would have been s comma t. Okay, s comma t. So this is d upon dt of u bar of s. Okay, this equals to minus of n square pi square upon 16. This is u bar of s. Okay, now this will become 0, so forget about this term because this is 0, this is 0, 0 minus 0 again 0 into anything will become 0, so you are only having this term. Okay, now we will go for separation variable part. Okay, that is bring this here, okay, and bring this here. Okay, so d of u bar of s upon u bar of s equals to minus of n square pi square upon 16 into dt. Okay, after separation variable we need to integrate both sides. Okay, so on integrating you will get this as log of u bar of s equals to, remember that u bar of s is a function of n and t. Okay, this equals to minus of n square pi square upon 16 into t. Okay, plus log c, because of this log we have log c. Now if you bring this log c to the left hand side, this will become log a minus log b, that is log a upon b. So this is going to be log of u bar of s upon c. Okay, and this equals to minus of n square pi square upon 16 into t. Okay, now here we can say what is, okay, if you bring this log to the right hand side, this will become e to the power minus of n square pi square upon 16 into t. Okay, now simply bring c here. So u bar of s, which is a function of n comma t, equal to c into e to the power minus of n square pi square t upon 16. And let's suppose this is my equation number 1. Okay, now we will put t equal to 0 in equation 1. Okay, if you put t equal to 0 in equation 1, what you will get? Yes, u bar of s n comma 0. Okay, we are putting t equal to 0, so this is n comma 0. And if you put 0 again, so this is going to be 0, e to power 0 is how much? 1. So c into 1 will become c. So on putting t equal to 0, u bar of s n comma 0 will become c. And let's suppose this is my equation number 2. Okay, again we know from finite Fourier sine transform, the general formula for Fourier sine transform. Okay, that is for finite Fourier sine transform equals to integration 0 to c f of x. What is f of x? U. Okay, what is f of x? That is u. U is a function of x and t. Okay, into sine of n pi x upon c dx. Okay, where n is any integer. Fine. Now simply put, okay, yes, we are going to solve this. So this is going to be u bar of s, which is a function of n and t, equal to integration 0 to c u. Okay, u is a function of x and t into sine of n pi x upon c dx. Now we need to put t equal to 0. Okay, on putting t equal to 0, this will become u bar of s n comma 0. Okay, this equals to integration 0 to, what is c? That is 4. Integration 0 to 4. Okay, u x comma 0 sine of n pi x upon 4 dx. Okay, now we need to know what is the value of u at t equal to 0. Okay, it is given in the problem itself. That is u at t equal to 0 is equals to 2x. Okay, again I am saying u x comma t. Okay, that is t equal to 0, at t equal to 0 u equals to 2x. Okay, this part is given to us in the problem only. So this is going to be 2x. Okay, integration 0 to 4, this part is 2x into sine of n pi x upon 4 dx. Now simply integrate this part, okay, by using chain rule. Okay, which is very easy, I believe. So this is first function and this is second function. First function as it is, integration second function, that is sine will become cos. Okay, integration of sine will become minus cos. So minus cos n pi x upon 4, and the coefficient of x is coefficient of x is n pi upon 4. So simply write n pi upon 4 in the denominator part. Now first term positive, second term negative. Differentiation of first function, that is 2. Okay, and integration of this negative is as it is, cos will become sine. Integration of cos will become sine. Okay, sine of n pi x upon 4 upon n pi x upon n pi upon 4 into n pi upon 4, that is n square pi square upon 16. Okay, again the limit is from 0 to 4. Now simply solve this. Okay, take this 4 here, that is, if you take this is minus of 4 into 2x, that is 8x upon n pi into cos of n pi x upon 4. Now coming to the second term, negative will become positive. Take this 16 here. Okay, that is 16 into 2, that is 32 upon n square pi square into sine of n pi x upon 4. Limit is again from 0 to 4. Okay, now if you put upper limit here, simply put upper limit here. Okay, so on putting upper limit you will get minus 8 into 4 upon n pi. Okay, if you put x equals to 4, so 4 get cancelled, you are left with cos of n pi. Okay, now if you put lower limit, okay, upper limit negative, so lower limit will become positive. If you put 0 here, this term will become 0. Okay, now coming to second term, upper limit positive, so lower limit will be negative. On putting x equals to 4, you can see 4 get cancelled, so you are left with cos sine of n pi. Okay, if you put x equal to 4 here, so 4 gets cancelled, you are left with sine of n pi, and the value of sine of n pi is 0. Okay, if you put n equal to 0, or if you put n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, in that case sine will become 0. Okay, so upper limit is 0. On putting lower limit here 0, so sine 0 is again 0, so upper limit, lower limit both are 0. Okay, so solving this term only, okay, this single term, that is minus of 8 into 4, that is 32 upon n pi, and what is cos n pi, that is minus 1 power n. Okay, so finally we can say that is u bar of s at t equal to 0. Okay, u bar of s at t equal to 0, that is u bar of s is a function of n and t, but at t equal to 0, because we are finding at t equal to 0 only. Okay, that is u bar of s n comma 0. So the value of this becomes minus 32 upon n pi minus 1 power n, and this is, let's suppose, equation number 3. Okay, so from equation number 2 and 3, what is equation number 2? Yes, again here at t equal to 0, u bar of s n comma 0 equal to c, but here at t equal to 0, u bar of s n comma 0 is this much. So we can say on comparing 2 and 3, c becomes this much, that is minus 32 upon n pi into minus 1 power n. Okay, now coming to the equation number 1. Okay, equation number 1 says, yes, u bar of s n comma t, this equals to c into e to power minus of n square pi square t upon 16. Simply put the value of c here in equation number 1. So equation number 1 becomes this, that is u bar of s n comma t equals to minus of 32 upon n pi into minus 1 power n. This is the value of c. Okay, into e to power minus of n square pi square t upon 16. This is the final value of u bar of s. Okay, which is a function of n and t. Okay, but we want u. Okay, we want u, which is a function of x and t. So we will apply this, that is taking inverse finite Fourier sine transform, that is f of x equals to 2 upon c. Okay, summation n equals to 1 to infinity finite Fourier sine transform, which is a function of n, okay, into sine n pi x upon c. Okay, so simply put the values. What is f of x? That is u, and u is a function of x and t. This equals to 2 upon c. What is c? That is 4. This c is given in the problem only. Okay, so 2 upon 4, summation n equals to 1 to infinity. What is this? Okay, that is, let me show you this part. Okay, this is what this. So in instead of writing this, we are going to write this, that is minus 32 upon n pi minus 1 power n into e to power minus of n square pi square t upon 16. Okay, this part is this, that is fs of n. Simply multiply with this, that is sine of n pi x upon what you see, that is 4. Okay, now simply solve this. Okay, you will get your answer. Again we can say that is, now we can take this 32 here. Okay, so this is going to be okay, 32 upon 4, this will become 8, and 8 into 2, that is 16. Okay, so 16 upon pi. Okay, we can take the pi, that is 8 into 2, that is 16 upon pi. Okay, summation n equals to 1 to infinity. Here we have negative sign, so we can write minus 1 into minus 1 power n. Okay, upon this n into e to power minus of n square pi square t upon 16. This is as it is, and this part is also as it is, that is sine of n pi x upon 4. Okay, now in the last step, what we can say, yes, that is u, which is a function of x and t, is equals to 16 upon pi, summation n equals to 1 to infinity. If you multiply both, this will become minus 1 power n minus n plus 1 upon n. Okay, and this part is as it is, that is e to the power minus of n square pi square t upon 16 into sine of n pi x upon 4, and this is my final answer. Okay, thank you so much.